Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with this channel or watching this channel for the first time, the reason it's called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions, but not everyone uses logic. So, for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I also need to let everybody know that the subscriber mode has been enabled, meaning if you are not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you will need to subscribe to the channel. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who already subscribed to the channel. Recently, we just got a few subs, and just want to say a huge shout out to all my subs, whether you've been a part of the Uncommon Folk from the beginning or just recently joined this week. I really appreciate all the love and all the support all of you have given me. Thank you very much. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media, particularly on Instagram and TikTok. I really appreciate all the love and all the support that you give me. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me, who allow me to enter your devices, and all those who watch from the clouds. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is, if you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So, therefore, whenever I do prepare content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it in the playback. I suspect I'm not going to have a huge audience tonight, meaning my friend Moonchaser has the stream on, and shout out to him. It's been a long time since he produced content. So it is what it is. The show must go on. But in any case, let me just make this perfectly clear. As 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 I stated on Sunday's stream, uh, tonight's stream, I'm going to allow anyone and everyone to share on the community tab, um, as long as it's for educational purposes. Um, as I stated earlier, we're approaching the holidays, okay? And while it is a happy time for many people, for some, it is not, okay? So this is a time where people are in a state of depression, people are sad, people are lonely, people are hurt, and unfortunately, some people tend to think about deleting themselves. So, for this reason, this is part two of a series, and I will continue to produce additional content as it deals with mental health issues because people are definitely depressed during the holidays. So, with that being said, we're going to have another issue up in my words. Now, yesterday, my girlfriend GD had a stream that she did in the morning. Basically, talking about how you have certain individual, YouTube creators that run their platforms like cults. We can see that because on certain platforms, opposing views are not encouraged, nor are they welcome. I'm not going to get into the details regarding who's what because um, I don't want to give any of those creators any shine. Okay. But it is suffice to say that you have certain creators that have an issue with opposing viewpoints. That is not the case here on this platform. and on the platforms of other creators that I have been allowed to enter and express my point of view. Okay. Now, during the stream, Judy had mentioned how she had tried to reach out to other YouTube personalities and extend an olive branch to try to see if there could be some sort of an understanding, some sort of um, peace between current other individuals. Um, and I, in turn, um, extended an olive branch to two creators, mainly Magic Malala and The Future is Golden. Now, I made it perfectly clear that I am willing to extend an olive branch to them. However, it is with the understanding that certain things need to exist. Okay. First of all, they need to understand and need to appreciate I'm going to be cool with whoever I'm going to be cool with. The last thing I need is anyone, and I repeat, anyone try to tell me who to hang out with and who not to hang out with. Okay, that is my personal choice. I do not dictate to others who they should hang out with and who they should be cool with, whatever. So I expect the same courtesy to be extended towards me. Okay. Basically, and I stated the things that must go in fact is the following. As I stated, they have to be cool with the fact I'm going to be cool with those who I'm going to be cool with. And if it happens I'm cool with their ops to understand that just because I'm cool with them doesn't mean I agree with them 100%. I mean, we should be able to have some dissent and be agreeable when we disagree. Number one. Number two, they need to be accountable for their actions. Okay. And this is particularly the case regarding Magic Mulata because when confronted with the issues that have happened on her Discord, she simply chose to pass the buck to somebody else, not realizing that when everything is said and done, she is responsible for everything that goes down on her Discord. It is the same thing here. When everything is said and done, I am responsible for everything that goes on this platform, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there have been times where I accepted some L's regarding some things that unfortunately happened that shouldn't happen, but they did. And most importantly, that if I have an issue with either one, that I should be able to discuss it in the background. So time will tell whether or not they will accept this olive branch or not. If they don't, that's perfectly fine with me. At least I extended an olive branch, so no one can say I did. When it comes to Anthony Ali, that's a, that's a different story altogether. And just as a recap of what happened, um, there was a stream that he hosted, and me and Magic was on the same platform. And then he mentioned regarding the beef I had, and I said, "Well, I'm not here to beef with anybody to say I had to interact." And then she proceeded to share her version of what happened between her and myself. I have requested that the issue not be discussed. She was allowed to express her point of view, and I was not. When I attempted to do so, I was immediately removed from the platform. And not only that, he has taken several swipes at me. Okay, and at one point was getting was getting had issues with Gigi for defending me, so to speak. I made it perfectly clear. There's no way I'm going to extend an olive branch towards him. it's not just because he removed me from his platform. He removed me from his platform and he took several swipes of me. Now, the funny thing is he got upset because of one short video that I made about him months ago. Okay. Which I had completely forgotten until he decided to bring it up. So the fact of the matter is he can dish it, but he can't take it. And he cannot take accountability for his actions. So basically doing a magic. I have little respect for anyone that does not take accountability for their actions. So at this point, no olive branch will be extended towards him. Okay. If he wants to go on and create free, give me free press, that's fine. Okay. Apparently, I still live rent free in his mind. But in any case, it is what it is. I'm going to continue to produce my content, which hopefully you will continue to enjoy. Now, with that being said, we're going to get into the main topic. So, as I stated, the topic is how to avoid depression. Actually, it should have been more named how to deal with it. Okay. And the reality is this, as I stated, uh, there are many reasons why people are in a state of depression. Okay. And it could be because ill health, it could be the loss of a loved one, it could be losing employment, it could be ending of a romantic relationship, of things, and things of that nature. So tonight I'm going to be talking about how to deal with it, but there's certain principles that I would like to share with you before we get into the meat of the topic. Okay, let's see. I see we have a comment here. Good evening, sir. Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much for the information. Tonight, okay, tonight topic is how to deal with how to avoid depression or how to deal with depression. Okay, and as I stated before, it is a serious issue. It does affect people for all backgrounds and things of that nature. So I would rather focus my attention regarding that. Because basically this is more like information to help those who are dealing with depression. Now, as I stated before, there's certain principles we need to understand. Number one, despite what you might feel, you are not alone. Okay, there are many resources that are available to help you to deal with depression. Okay. Um, Now, if you happen to work for a large employer that hires hundreds of individuals, many companies, many employers have what's called employment assistance programs, and they're set up so for employees who are dealing with mental health issues. Excuse me, can seek therapy. Okay, and it usually is covered under their current health plan. Okay. Also, here in New York City, um, we have what's called NYC Well. Okay, and the telephone number is 1-800 NYC Well. And if you dial that number, You could make arrangements to see a therapist. Um, so what I'm going to do is, okay, now let me just give you a moment. Okay, just get bear with me because my computer sometimes can be a little slow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Just give me a moment. Okay. Now, this is a website that I came across. It's called SAMHSA National Helpline. Okay. And it is a free, confidential treatment referral service. You can call them to any time of the day and the night, 365 days out of the year. And I want you to please take note. There's a telephone number that is listed, 1-800 662 HELP or 1-800-862-4357. So let's deal with some of the questions. It is known as the Treatment Referral Routing System and is confidential, free, 24-hour, 365-day information service in English and Spanish for individual and family members facing mental health or substance abuse disorder. This service provides referrals to local treatment facilities, support groups, and community-based organizations. Okay, so and then here there's another resource. This is more geared to those who are dealing with substance abuse. And there's a booklet where you can. And here's a resource called It's Not Your Fault, NA. Assure teens or parents who abuse alcohol or drugs that it's not their fault and that they are not alone. Encourages teens to seek emotional support from other adults, school counselors, and youth support groups. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, let's just highlight, oops. And as you can see, you can call or you can text. And for those of you who, for whatever reason, do not have health insurance, you can still get this type of assistance. Okay. Now, another question is about confidentiality. And service confidential, we will not ask for any personal information. We ask for your zip code and other pertinent geographic information in order to track calls being routed to other offices or to accurately identify local resources or appropriate team needs. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing. So there is just one possible resource. So I'm going to provide other resources as well. Okay. I'm probably not going to be on that long unless there's an activity involved. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to, okay, just give me a moment. And for the benefit of those who are just tuning in now, the topic is how to avoid depression, or better yet, it should be how to deal with it. So what I'm doing is just providing some resources. Okay. So I'm just going to, and of course, I want to let everybody know that the link to join the panel has been pinned if you wish to do so. Okay. Just give me a moment. So I came across this website called Everyday Health. And as you can see by this article, the right resource can help you manage depression. Okay, so let's take a look. If your loved one is experiencing depression, know that compassionate help is available. These organizations, articles, and websites provide information and support to people with depressions and their loved ones. So let's just take a look. First one I'm going to highlight is the National Alliance of Mental Health, or NAMI. It is the largest grassroots mental health organization devoted to improving the lives of those affected by mental health conditions like depression. Through various programs, it aims to change the public perception about mental health conditions to help its members manage their mental health and build up family relationships. Okay. You can also reach out to them at 1-800 950 6264. That's 1-800-950 6264, or text NAMI to 62640. Okay, so that is one source. The next one, excuse me, is the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, or ADAA. The ADAA works to improve the quality of life of those affected by anxiety and depression. This nonprofit program provides education resources and support for people for treatment. If you're looking for therapy, therapists, check out the ADAA's directory. Another resource is the National Institute of Mental Health, or NIMH. NIMH. The NIMH is the leading federal agency committed to understanding the treatment and prevention of mental health conditions like depression. It funds research to improve how professionals understand and treat mental health conditions. If you're interested in joining a study to help you learn more about depression, visit the website. Okay. There's also the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. The mental health resources from the CDC are a good source for public health information. Learn the facts and statistics about depression in the United States, and test your knowledge on the mental health conditions by taking the mental health quiz. Another organization is the American Psychological Association. On this website, on this professional organization, psychologists learn how a psychologist can work with you to alleviate your symptoms of depression. The APA page on depression offers both news and podcasts to help you learn about this condition and keep up with the latest news research. Another possible source is the American Psychiatric Association. This medical association members work to ensure that people with mental health conditions like depression receive universal and equitable access to high quality mental health care. Educational resources about depression as well as finding a psychiatrist are available on its website. Okay. And then this is more okay. Now this is has excuse me because ugh, I hate it when these things pop up. Okay. Now there are other organizations that help in the coping, advocacy, and support for people with depression. The Anxiety and Depression Association of America on their website, this international nonprofit offers hot blogs to experts and patients, educational webinars, and help finding support near you or information how to start one if none available in your area. There's also the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. This organization offers support and education material for people with self-deletion thoughts and their loved ones, as well as those who had loss of loved ones through self-deletion. Learn how to talk with someone who's having thoughts of self-deletion, or get help for yourself or someone that you know that may consider self-deletion. If you need to reach out to the I'm going to say suicide crisis hotline, call or text 988. Okay. Now, hopefully, and I still mean it, hopefully none of you will be thinking about self-deletion. But if you are, please consider the fact that whatever is going through your life, there is a solution, and you don't want to use a permanent negative outcome to a temporary solution, as my friend Georgia mentioned on Sunday night. Another resource is the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance. The DBSA aims to educate and support people with depression, bipolar disorder, and other mood disorder, as well as empower those with these conditions to live well. On its website, you can find a support group, local or online, or to keep track of your mental health journey using its wellness toolbox. Another source is Erica's Lighthouse. This nonprofit built awareness around depression among young people. Excuse me, just give me a... Okay. Okay. To get better understanding of youth mental health through stories on his blog, also check out the Teen Toolbox if you know of a teenager struggling with depression. Families for Depression Awareness. This organization provides support for families and loved ones with depression or bipolar disorder. If you think you or a loved one may have depression, Families for Depression Awareness offers an anonymous test that you can take. Its website is also to help you find if depression disorders run in your family. Another resource is Help Guide. It is an online resource designed to educate people on mental health and help people better understand how they can support mental health. Take a look at Help Guide's depression resources. If you're feeling stressed, listen to one of their relaxing guided meditations. And there's also resources for those who are a member of the LGBTQ plus community. I'm just going to name a couple. One is the Travel Report. This national organization focuses on mental health and self-deletion prevention among young people who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or queer. Reach out to its crisis helpline by calling 866-488-7386 or texting 678-678. Another resource, It Gets Better Project. This nonprofit organization empowers and connects LGBTQ plus people all over the world. Read or watch stories about LGBTQ people or share your. And then, of course, there is the Human Rights Campaign. For those who are members of the African American community, we have Therapy for Black Girls, this organization aimed to destigmatize mental health issues among many young Black women and girls to provide them with information that is accessible and applicable to their life experiences. Check out their blog, listen to their podcast, Therapy for Black Girls, and find therapists who can see you in person or online. And there's also Depressed While Black. This online community advocates for Black affirming mental health support for Black people who have severe depression. Stay up to date with the community on their Facebook page or sign up for their newsletter. And then there's a listing of medications um, to deal with it. I was fortunate that in my bout of depression, I did not require medication. I did receive therapy to help me to deal with my depression. Okay. And there's also one blog for attorneys, as you can see here. There's also a postpartum progress for those who are dealing with after pregnancy. Okay, and we're going to start this. Okay. So, as you can see, there are many resources that are available. And of course, as always, the key is to acknowledge that you have a problem. And that could be one of the greatest obstacles to face. Because many of us have a thing called an ego. Okay. And we tend to think, well, we can solve the issue by ourselves. Okay. Many times, you need an outside source to help focus your attention. Okay. Now, of course, I went through therapy. The times that I went through with depression, and part of it had to do with the loss of loved ones. Part of it had to do with losing your livelihood. Good evening, Don Armando. Thank you very much for stopping by. So the topic for tonight: how to avoid depression. Actually, it should be more better say how to deal with it. So what I did was I provided some resources for those who are dealing with the issue. I want to highlight that it is nothing to be embarrassed about. There is no need to feel shame if you perceive that you're dealing with depression. Okay, uh, it can happen to anyone. It can happen regardless who you are. It can happen regardless what is your economic status. It can happen what to, depending regardless of what is your walk in life. So I just want to let you know that it is not something to be embarrassed about. Okay. Let's see. Just give me one more moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, yes, that is, you're absolutely right, Don Armando. Exercise can be great to deal with your depression. And also what it does, it can help you with your physical health. Okay. There are other things you can do to help you to deal with depression. One of them is meditation. Um, Another one is making sure that you go outside and take healthy walks, get some fresh air. Another thing you can help you is you getting a night, a full complete night of sleep. Okay. Um, in my case, prayer. Okay. Let's see here. It's August 13th. Yeah, you know what? That's a healthy way to deal with it. Okay. Um, I'm not gonna say that I understand, even though my father passed away. Yes, I agree. Prayers also help as well. In fact, it's been 11 years since my father passed away. He was 83 years old when he went to his final resting place. My mom was 86 years old when she passed away. And then, unfortunately, I had several siblings that passed away prematurely due to the fact that, unfortunately, they didn't take proper care of themselves. Okay. Yeah. I could just imagine it was like, oh, 77. So basically, your dad lived a relatively long life. Okay. Because the reality is this the average human being, provided that one takes proper care of themselves physically, mentally, and spiritually, it's about 70 to 80 years. Okay. And if a person lives beyond 80 years old, they're blessed because they they had a very long life. Okay. One thing I can say about both my parents, uh, they lived to be in their 80s. My father was 83 years old when he passed away. My mom was 86 when she passed away. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share one more resource. Just give me a moment. So, and believe me, um, I understand that not many people are willing to discuss the topic regarding depression, how to deal with it. The reality is this: we're all going to deal with it at some point. What it's what we should do is acknowledge that it exists and deal with what we can do to combat it. Okay, so now I came across this website, which is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. So again, there's a lot of many of the same mental resources that are available, such as the National Alliance for Mental Health. Uh, just Google that. Google the National Science of Mental Health, National Science for Mental Illness. Google that so you can enter in their website and find out resources. Of course, there is the suicide hotline, okay, for those individuals considering self deletion. Again, let me make it perfectly clear. You don't want to arrive at a negative permanent solution for a temporary problem. And of course, there's the Postpartum Support International. This organization seeks to increase awareness among public and professional communities about the emotional changes that women experience during pregnancy and postpartum. And here there are some resources where you can get knowledge regarding mental health. Um, there is the Mom's Mental Health Matters. This initiative is designed to educate consumers and healthcare providers who are at risk for depression and anxiety during and after pregnancy, the signs of these problems, and how to get help. Depression for women, because women do face depression. Okay. Now, whether they face depression for the same reason men do, that I don't know. That's something that the ladies will need to comment should they see fit to do so. Okay. There's also the depression fact sheet. This fact sheet from the Office of Women Health discusses the types, signs, and treatment for depression. And then there's some other mental health content provide the CDC mental health website, including links to tools, resources, as well as information as coping and COVID-19. Because as we all know, um, we were deeply affected by COVID-19 in many ways. Uh, First of all, um, losing loved ones, seeing someone's become infected, and seeing loved ones struggling for their lives, not to mention those who have lost their jobs or livelihoods or lost their homes. Now, for those women that are facing depression after pregnancy, there's a video from the American Academy of Pediatrics encourages parents who are feeling sad or anxious to talk with their pediatricians. And then there are some resources for clinicians and public health professionals. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing here. So as you can see here, there are many resources that are available. Okay, again, the big issue is, as always, admitting that you need help. Okay, and that can be a difficult obstacle to overcome if you happen to have a huge ego. Okay, and to be fair, um, certain generations had more accepting it. More primary, the people of my generation, and to a certain extent, the Gen X people, because basically we were taught, particularly the men, that men are not cannot be vulnerable, men are tough, men are stoic, and men are expected to overcome everything. Okay, that's all well and good. The problem is men are affected by depression just like in many ways, and unfortunately, people have deleted themselves Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. Tonight's topic is basically part two, how to avoid depression. So basically, what I'm doing is what I did was I provided some resources to help those who are dealing with depression. Okay, I'm doing fine, thank you. So, and just as a reminder, I'm going to be continuing to come up with other mental health issues. Um, some perhaps this month or definitely in December. And the reason behind that is, I again, as I stated before, um, it is during the time of the holidays, from Thanksgiving through New Year's, and even a little bit past that, the number of cases of depression rises. And unfortunately, the cases of self deletion also rise as well. Okay. And as a person that has dealt with depression more than once, and also with thoughts of self deletion, okay, this is no joke. This is a serious matter, okay, and unfortunately, um, people have been ridiculed uh, for being honest and stating that they have a mental health issue. I just want to make it perfectly clear. It is nothing to be ashamed of. It is okay. It is a fact of life that people will be depressed from time to time. Okay, let me just indicate it again. Um, we have gone through a great deal. Excuse me. We have gone through a great deal in the last 3 years. Okay, first of all, we have dealt with the fact that we have lost loved ones due to C-19, and also other people have lost loved ones due to other health issues. Also, there have been people that unfortunately have lost their jobs. There have been people that have their livelihoods reduced by their hours. Okay, I'm just trying to find. Just give me a moment. Okay. Now, I did share this video clip on Sunday stream. I'm going to share it again because it's very important, particularly those who are thinking about self deletion. Please don't do that. Your life is more important than that. You are special, and you don't know the you know the fact that you leave with a lot of hurt if you do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute myself and play the video. Just give me a moment.
If you are thinking about taking your life today, I hope you listen to this quick thing that I have to say. I know you feel like you are really hopeless and alone, but you are more loved and wanted than you'll ever know. You woke up this morning 'cause you have a greater purpose. Every breath you take is precious and your life is worth it. You're not alone. Pick up the phone and call this number, please. I've called it too. They help me through and put my mind at ease. So please remember that you matter and you are enough, 'cause you are unique and you truly are so very loved.
You're going to be seeing that video clip quite a few times, okay? And the reason why, because I want to bring home a certain point, which is unfortunately, depression and self-deletion can sometimes go hand in hand. So I have been talking for about 52 minutes. So I just want to let everybody know that the link to join the panel has been pinned. If you, excuse me, if you wish to join the panel, if you wish to enter further comments, you can do so. Now, let me just give you my take. As a person that's actually gone through depression more than once, and also as a person that actually thought about deleting myself, there have been times that I felt that there was no escape, that there was no solution, that perhaps it would have been better if I had self-deleted myself. I can say without hesitation that I'm glad I did not do so. First of all, because it is a negative permanent solution to a temporary problem. And the fact of the matter is, have I actually succeeded in deleting myself? It would have left a lot of trauma of my remaining siblings. And the fact of the matter is, we've already gone through so much trauma with the loss of both of our parents, with the loss of 4 of our siblings, and 1 grandnephew. And that's not even including our grandparents and our uncles and aunts and cousins that passed away. So for me, it would have been a huge emotional scar on my siblings and the rest of my family. And not only that, it would have created a lot of trauma as far as why they didn't see it coming, why they didn't do anything. I mean, sometimes you don't know, and that's a scary part, is that you don't know that that person's dealing with depression, because sometimes people hide it, okay? So I just want to encourage all of you to please get help. Please get help. And I'm asking it for yourself, okay? Because no matter what is going through your life, you deserve to live. You deserve to experience all the things that life can do, okay? In my 61 years, yes, I experienced some grief and some tragedy. but I also experienced some happy times. The times when I actually gone away, the times that I actually spent with my family, the times that I spent with my friends, the times that I spent with members of my church family, also members of my union family. And the fact of the matter is, have I chose to self-delete, I would never have the opportunity to meet either one of you. Okay. So I am eternally grateful that I was able to get therapy, um, to deal with um, the bouts of depression and thoughts of self deletion. So, with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking about what's going to be the stream for Friday night. Okay. You know, some people bless their souls. They don't know when they're taken out. Okay. We all know about the lady that felt that she was too entitled, that too good or whatever to go to the Cheesecake Factory with the dude. So apparently she decided to add her further comments, and she had stated, now I don't know if this is true or not, that she's gotten a lot of negative feedback. So, and then she created another video clapping back on those who criticize her for her conduct. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to make it perfectly clear. If you have not decided to videotape this whole incident and try to make it such a cringe-worthy video that's gone viral for the purposes of supposedly empowering women, all you've done is basically show that you are a titled, egotistical, narcissistic individual. Okay, at someone's expense. Okay, so we're going to be talking about that. Okay, so that's going to be the topic for Friday. Now I'm going to be tweaking the schedule a little bit. Excuse me one moment. I need to take this call. Hello? Just give me a moment, please.
We're calling for customer number 1341056 regarding pickup time for Thursday, November 9th. Your pickup times are 7:08 a.m. and 11:30 p.m.
I apologize. It says that every night I get a recorded message regarding my share card service for Tamal's pickups. That's another story in itself. So I'm going to be talking about that, and I'm going to share my reaction. Okay. Now, again, as I stated, it's going to be tricky. So what I'm going to start to do is there's going to be a Sunday stream, a Wednesday stream. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a Tuesday stream or Friday stream. So basically, what I'm trying to do is change the schedule a little bit. Trying to find that sweet spot where get the more of an audience, because you do have to experiment. Okay. Also, I'm developing streams for next week. Okay. Because I, as a YouTube creator, want to provide quality content for not just for all of you, but for all those who watch the stream and might some point subscribe to the channel. Okay. I do appreciate the fact that lately I've been getting a little bit more subs. So I just want to say, first of all, shout out to all 244 subs. Okay. It's I'm overwhelmed by the amount of love and support. And also, I've been getting quite a few views from TikTok regarding my short videos. Okay. So, and I just want to make this perfectly clear. Anyone, and I repeat, anyone is more than welcome to share this stream with others, because this is a serious issue and we need to address it. So at this point, being that no one else is going to opine, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to wrap this up, and we will reconvene Friday, probably 8:30 or 9 o'clock. I'll post it on my community tab, and of course, the links will be sent to the same people on Friday. So, but I wanted to share with the audience regarding this topic, because there's still a great deal of shame involved when it comes to depression and how to deal with it. So this is my attempt to make it clear there's nothing to be embarrassed, there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's something that happens to a lot of people, but there are ways to get out. Let me just say a few words in Spanish. El propósito de esta noche fue para a pasar la información a ustedes sobre los recursos que son disponibles para las personas que están sufriendo de la depresión. El secreto es llegar al estado que puede decir y aceptar que tiene un problema que es la depresión, y que hay recursos para ayudarle para enfrentar ese problema. Y siempre para recordar que ustedes no están solos, muchos han pasado, y que sí que hay una salida. Y recuerda siempre que cada uno de ustedes es una persona con mucho valor, hecho por la imagen de Dios. So I just want to make it perfectly clear. We are made in the image of God. And of course, I'm just going to quote for scripture, which is 1 Peter chapter 5:7. Place your deposit all your cares with God, for He cares for you, and God does care for you. Okay. Sometimes it can seem not the case, but God cares for all of us, no matter who we are, no matter where we stand, no matter what we did. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up. And of course, I'm going to close the same way that I always close. We must do everything we can to avoid the mentally and intellectually challenged. Because if we fail to do so, we will be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. This has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron, thanking all of you for allowing me to enter in your devices. Of course, those who watch it on the playback, you're more than enter your comments. Please keep it respectable. Okay? With that being said, this has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Saying good night, take care, and peace.